great if you're not. I hit the button. It says this Hangout is on the air. It is live. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon or evening, depending on where you happen to be. Bob, your show didn't record today. Oh, yeah. Well, that would be a Google Hangout problem. That wouldn't be a webinar on air problem. At any rate, back to me. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Lunch with Len. It's Thursday. It's April 14th, and I see we got Rick here and Chris and Bob, and who else is on? Rick, Chris, Bob, and of course, I have a really special guest today. I have Elizabeth Summers. Elizabeth is on here. As you all know, Elizabeth went to the retreat in the heart of Texas last week, the MLSP retreat. And so what I'm hoping is that what happened in Texas isn't going to stay in Texas a whole lot longer. That's what Elizabeth's here for. She's going to tell us a little bit about what happened in Texas. Welcome, Elizabeth, and thank you for coming today.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Bob, Chris, Rick. How y'all doing? Hope you're good.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about going to Texas. You had a really awesome experience, apparently. Let's just start with talk a little bit about it. Let me just turn you loose, wind you up, put a nickel in, and let you go.
All right. So, I signed up for this event back at Live the Dream 6. And I just, thought, I was ready for the next level in my business, and I was like, okay, let's go to Texas. So anyway, it was quite a trip getting to Texas.
I hear you drove.
I drove to Texas. I mean, you heard what Brian said last night. I drove because I had a lot of things kind of happening to me before I went.
But don't assume that everybody on here today heard last night, because there may be people that weren't there. So that's a hell of a long drive, isn't it?
Yeah, I left like at 2:30 in the morning on Thursday, and I got into Texas about 5 o'clock. So it was a straight shot. However many hours that was, I don't know. But the first night we just was meet and greeting and had dinner with everybody, and the next 3 days were full on work, from meditations in the morning and with Brian. And then, we had during the day, we had some of the personal development growth stuff. Rob Four is such an amazing man. He really worked with us to, with our hurts, habits, and hang-ups, okay? So, and Diane was, Diane, who does not love Diane? But, I went down there with the idea. I wanted to find out what would be a good, consistent daily activity that I could do when I hit roadblocks, because we all hit roadblocks. And so that was one of the things on my list. The other thing was to be able to find my voice. Who do I serve and what do they want? Okay, those were crucial, because for the longest time, it was like, who am I? Really. I worked at a job for 23 years. I identified myself with that job. Well, when I didn't have that job anymore, who am I in this space? It's like, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm Elizabeth. I like to laugh and I like to have fun. But, who am I in this space? How can I serve people? What's my tribe? They say, find that target market. Well, who is my target market? So going down to this kind of event, and I highly recommend that if you can get to an event like this, that you go. I mean, Live the Dream is awesome, but that's like family reunion, and it's so busy and so many people. And yes, you get to meet Brian, or you get to meet the people in the community, but you don't really get to sit down with them for any kind of length of time and really find out the behind the scenes of the true heart, okay, the true heart of helping people and what these people really do, because there's just not time at a big event like that. So an event like this, you get to I mean, shoot, Rob Four and I are tree huggers. We like to go out and hug trees. But he has such a heart for people, and helping people break through the things that block them in life to becoming their true selves and to become successful. And you can't do that all by yourself. Sometimes you kind of need to have those mentors right there to say, hey, look how you're talking, listen to your words, because they're right there listening to you talk. We did this one exercise where we actually had to get up in front of everybody and say, who am I? Who do I serve? And what do they want? I had to do it 4 times before I finally figured it out. And when you figure it out, it's like, oh my gosh, the light bulbs start going off. And you just have all that support there at this event. What else would you like to know?
That sounds like a pretty intimidating activity, actually.
It was. I actually broke down in tears after the 3rd time of trying to do it. And Aaron Birch, plus going to this event, since it was such a small little group of us people, we all bonded. I mean, we're going to be friends for life, with these people. And, they're everybody has their special, unique talents, and we can help each other enhance our talents, and the heart connections you make with people, and just being there it's hard to put into words, really. It's hard to put into words, but events are so important, and so an event like this is critical, seriously critical, because I think it has freed me. I've still got work to do, people, but it has definitely freed me, and has given me my place in this world, basically.
So I think I think a lot of people struggle with this issue of who am I?
Mm-hmm.
What am? Dear God, why am I here?
Right.
Is that it's like defining your major life purpose and figuring out who you are, and who it is, what it is you're trying to accomplish. Who do you want to serve?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any advice for us now that you've gone through this exercise? How would you help somebody who's struggling with that? Like, let's say I'm struggling with it, because I always do.
Okay.
I'm still refining it.
Number one is, okay, like I said, we were laughing, be yourself. What are the things in life that make you happy? All right. So basically, when it came down to it, I'll just share with you. Okay, I'm a free spirit. I like to travel. I like to hang out on beaches and hang out with my friends and family. Okay, so the people that I want to serve are people that are also looking for a way to make money, who want to go have some fun, but want to make some money. And yeah. MLSP shows us all kinds of ways to do that. For how can I serve them, I figured out driving home, we have a map. There's a map, right? And every single one of us has been in that back office, and there are freaking many, many roads in that back office to go down. So how can I serve somebody? Help them to stay on track, and not go down all these different things. Snapchat came out. No, you said you want to do Facebook. Let's get you some traction there. Tell me where you want to go. And let's get a direction to your dreams, and try to keep them focused and on the path they got. Once you get to that destination and everything's good, now we can go to another destination if you want, right?
Yeah.
So my thing that I could give to somebody is to help them to stay focused on their path. And I'm very spiritual. I'm going to be going to a prayer dance. Before I went to this thing, I was at a sacred pipe ceremony. So those kind of people are kind of people that I would like, that are into that kind of thing.
Oh, what's a prayer dance?
It's a Native American dance. It's for the summer solstice.
Okay.
So we will be doing prayers for the earth and all the planet on that one. And that's in June. These are the things and places I like to go. And having a home business and being able to market and create income online allows you to have that freedom to go to these things.
Well, I can really, really relate to the focus of taking a client, someone you're working with, and trying to keep them on path.
Mm-hmm.
It can really be an incredible challenge sometimes. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
You made me think of an experience, and I've had more than one, but I had one client in particular. He was an MLSP master. He was actually at Live the Dream last year. He spent the extra day and stayed for the Monday training, and then he gradually. I kept talking to him about staying focused, picking one strategy, doing one thing. What's the goal? Where are we going? And he dropped out, and he's off designing. He's recreating MLSP. That's what he's trying to do.
Uh-huh.
And I couldn't pull him back. It's like he decided he was going to go off and he was going to create his own system to do all this stuff.
Right. Well, you let them go. Okay.
Yeah,
you just gotta let it go.
It's just really amazing that people just. It's really hard to keep people structured and focused sometimes. So, Christy asks, "Are you part American Indian?"
I answered her.
Oh,
Christy.
And so, what's a rainbow person? What does that mean?
Okay, rainbow people are not Native American, but we like the natural spirituality.
Okay.
So it could be white, Mexican, any kind of person, So it's all the colors of the rainbow, basically. Doesn't matter what your nationality is. We just all have the same kind of everybody has their own individual path when it comes to spirituality. Mm-hmm. And I don't see anyone as right or wrong. It's your path, not anybody else's. So there's a couple books out there about rainbow people. And it just means we are all brought into the tribe. It doesn't matter where we come from.
Cool. Nice. So, okay. So you did a lot of mindset work, obviously, meditation, mindset work, marketing strategies. We had some pretty powerful people there.
Oh my God. Well, Patricia's the things I'm going to incorporate definitely onto my blog is what Patricia Sweeney did with adding the calendar and the scheduler thing and actually having people fill out a form. Other people do this. It says like work with me, and then they have a little questionnaire thing.
Right.
Well, that's one really good strategy just to add to the blog. So if people go there, they can, schedule an appointment with you. And what the beauty of it is they're telling you what they want. So when you talk to them, you already know what they want. Which is awesome.
We had like 8, 9, 10 different possible strategies or services. I looked at Acuity. Which one are you? Have you made a choice? Which one are you going to do?
No, it's been crazy. So well, all day Monday was driving back, and then I had a few things. So, I'm definitely going to do what Mark Harburg showed us. That's freaking simple. Add a freaking link to your, like when you post a quote on your page. Either put a link to your website or put a link to one of the trainings we have. Simple. And when they get shared, it goes out there. People click on links. All right. And it already has a capture page. That's really dirt simple. And then Rob Ford, the thing that is coming out in May, that Rob Ford's putting out, is off the hook and monetize your website. He's putting in all these keyword. You won't have to link anything. Once you put this little thing into that Pretty Link Pro, when you write a blog and keywords come up, they're all tracked back to MLSP promotions. Awesome. Rob Ford is the king of automation, and like Diane says, okay, you have to learn how to do it manually before you can automate it. But there's things you can automate right from the get-go. Like those of us who are on Twitter, we use that tweet jukebox. Oh my God, I love that tweet jukebox. I go in, I always add my blog. I don't know if some of you saw there's this like library on that tweet jukebox that you can, if you haven't filled out all your boxes, your boxes yet for your stuff, you can go pick from the library, and they have picture quote stuff and things. So your stuff is constantly getting out there. The important thing is to be seen out there. Get your stuff out there as much as possible. And you want your face out there as much as possible. I'm going to have to do more little video things. Just, because that's how people get to know you. They have to see you and talk, hear you talk.
Yeah.
And, the more you can expose that stuff is the more leads you're going to get, and the more people you're going to be able to talk to, and the more people you're going to be able to help. And you can't drag people up. Okay, I learned a long time ago, like you were saying, trying to keep people on track, that if they want that help, I will give it to them. But if they're resisting it, I will show you this, and I will sell you this program to help you. And come talk to me when you get stuck. But we have so many things that we can, help people with. Free the courses, funnelizer, all that stuff. It's invaluable, those things we can do.
Right. So from Patricia, we have the scheduler, and I'm looking at implementing that. I think that's a really great idea.
Yeah, I have a list. There's like a whole list of different ones. She used Acuity. I think that's the one she said last night.
Right.
But I have a list of 10 different kind of calendar schedules that she had mentioned in the training. I have 14 pages of notes typed. Typed 14 pages of notes.
A lot of uncashed checks. Are we going to see lots of blog posts with all this good information in it?
Oh, yes, you will.
All right. So we have that. We have the links that Mark Harburg talked about. Did Mark talk about anything else?
Oh, yeah, he did. But when I have to go back and look at some of those notes, because when it comes to the Facebook ads and stuff, because I really don't do ads like he does, and he had some really good tips. One of the things this is another really simple thing, and they talked about it last night, which I have gone and done now, is like on your profile page or even on your home page, your profile picture and your cover picture.
Yes.
Go in there, you know, and put a description and put a link. Because if they click on that, they're going to get a little short description of maybe what you do and a link to either your blog site or some training. All right. Take advantage of every frickin' single space there is to take advantage of.
Yeah. I actually did that last night while the webinar was running. I went over to my Facebook page and pulled up my profile picture and put a link in it.
Yeah. I mean, crazy little tiny things like this is just simple, you know, keep it simple.
Well, no, and you know what? And these are incredibly interesting little things because they're so tiny. They're tiny little tips. And how many years of, for example, I've had a Facebook page. I never thought about putting a link on that. I just never thought about it.
Been on there since 1998.
So, I mean, these are amazingly, and they're powerful. You know, you're right. You put that link there, and the next thing you know, someone's clicking on it. And wow, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah. Hey, well, that's why we have those leaders there in MLSP who are just like crazy awesome.
So in case folks out there don't know what I'm extracting little tidbits here one at a time. So we have the scheduler from Patricia Sweeney, which for those of you who were on last night, she went over that. It's really good. I'm going to be implementing that for sure. We have the add a link from Mark Harbert and the add a link to the post. I saw you do that already you put a post up today, I think, and had a link.
Yes, I did. And I just put it to my website right now.
Right.
I mean, why not? Yeah. Like I said, I got a lead today to my newsletter because my newsletter is on my blog.
and you know, Ray Higdon would tell you, drive everybody to your website. That's your help. That's the core. That's where you want to be driving people. So it's awesome. And then so what about Diane? Did she talk anything about email strategies or what?
Oh, well, yes, she has. I've taken just about every single course Diane has ever taken. I mean, given. And yeah, everything is consistency. Okay, everything. And you know, she went over. She touched on the, you know, the promoter, the personality, and the professional. I don't know if anybody has seen all that, but the promoter, learn how to promote. And if that just means, you know, going in the back office of MLSP, because I think most of y'all are here, I don't know, because we have all those capture pages and those system campaigns, and you know, just post them out in groups. You know, you need to join groups. Don't join a whole bunch at one time. You know, do 4 or 5 a day if you haven't done that already. You know, build it up slowly and then spread your postings out during the day, because I did get in Facebook jail for posting once. Terrible.
How long did it last?
You know, so learn to be the promoter. And then the personality, you know, that's when you start making videos to go with your post. You know, you more personalize it, which is, I've done all that, Lincoln, and I did get my 10 leads from doing that first little exercise she had us do. So, you know, now I need to do the videos and making my post more personalized, because that's how you attract people to you. And it's so much nicer when they come asking you for questions instead of you chasing them. I like that so much better. I'm not a chaser.
Right. And I think that's why we're all here. None of us are. We don't like.
Yeah.
None of us are into chasing people around the mall or around the internet for that matter.
No.
Not what we
but
like.
I mean, you just have to be consistent. You have to get out there.
Okay. So who else was there? We had Mark, we're up 4, Diane.
Jesse Jameson.
Yeah, Jesse.
That guy is crazy when it comes to Facebook. He has a couple products in the back office, and so he kind of went over those things. And let's see, there was I should have had my note. Well, my notes are on my computer. there's a program that you can get, an app or whatever you call it, that will analyze your profile page and help you see where your target market is, who's coming to your page, what are their age ranges and stuff, so you can kind of get your audience. He was the one that I think said put the description with the link in your profile picture and your cover picture. So he had a lot of good stuff. I have like some crazy notes. with with apps. Rob Ford gave us a couple apps to help us syndicate out our blogs. You know, you have to pay for some of this. I mean, you're gonna have to invest in these kind of applications, but one of the apps that he gave us syndicates it out to over 800 different sites. It's, it's about getting stuff out there. The more you get it out and the further out you get it, and when you write your blogs, always make sure you have call to action in there. So when you're syndicating, you have click here for my newsletter, click here for something, always for sure, always have your newsletter, and always at the bottom of your blog, put your website, because if it goes out there in the world, wherever they go, they go a lot of places. They can click that link. They can click that link and come back to you to your website, not just your blog you got there. So those are things you definitely want to add to the bottom of your blog: your newsletter link and your website.
Cool. Okay. Well, we're going to wrap up in a couple of minutes. So, is there any last, like, I know you. I haven't heard any bad things come out of this. Everybody had a marvelous time and really felt it was worth the money. Are there any last things that you'd like to say that you can tell us? How can you? I don't know. What am I looking for? Overall. What would you tell a group of people that most of them are in MLSP, most of them are marketers, most of them are here? What would you tell them the most important takeaway from the whole thing is?
Working on yourself, becoming a better person, really learning, instead, it's not about the money. It really, the money will come, but when we serve and in our purpose, everything works. But if you can't figure out who you are, you will make money. Okay, you can make money, but you will never go to the heights of like a Rob Ford or a Diane Hockman. I mean, these people really know who they are, who they serve, and what they stand for, and they have a heart of service.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to take away, I gotta freaking make money, because the money will come.
Well, and as I've said frequently, if your focus is entirely on making money, what you're really focused on is the fact that you don't have money. You're focused on luck, and you're going to keep attracting that back to you. That's the law of attraction. Tells you that.
Yes. We are creators, and what we think we create. That whole subconscious stuff that comes around that sometimes we don't even know. We're creating our world.
Right.
And I mean, that's where, seriously getting into those meditations and, doing those affirmations and just becoming, you in the world and have a message, and help people, just help them. I help people all the time that aren't under me. I've helped people set up their fan pages. I had one guy I helped for 2 weeks and he signed up with somebody else. It happens. I regret it. The dude's still friends with me, so I'm glad he's here. That's the thing. I'm glad he's here.
No, like I told you in the beginning when we were talking, I've helped I help a fair number of people that are not under me. I don't make a penny off of them. I just
Okay, you know what you do? Okay, you're coaching, right? You charge for your coaching.
Yeah. Oh, that.
Do you charge them for your coaching?
Yeah. But I've helped a fair number of people that I haven't charged for anything.
Okay, well, that's where you got to change it up, because you have value, you're giving them something, and you should get paid for helping.
Yeah.
That's what getting paid to be a coach means. So that's just the thing, because I am definitely, if I'm working with, I will help you with something. But if it starts getting intense, you know what? You're going to pay me. If I'm helping you set up your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever it is, you're going to have to pay me to help you do that.
Agreed. Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And one of the things that Ray Higdon points out all the time is people way undercharge for their
They
coaching.
do. Well, Patricia, seeing what, because I've known Patricia for like 3 years now. And just seeing where she's at. And that girl, she charges a bank for her help. All right. And there's nothing wrong with, because that's consulting. You're consulting. All right. That's a consulting fee. You wouldn't go, a job wouldn't call you and say, hey, come write this report for me, and you wouldn't get paid to help them.
Right.
Right. So maybe that's what you got to do, Len.
So if anybody wants to get in touch with you, Elizabeth, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Oh my gosh, I'm on Facebook all over.
Well, I knew that.
Oh, well, you can get in touch with, Facebook. My website is elizabethasummers.com. You can leave comments. I'll comment back.
Cool. All right. Nobody else has any more questions. We're going to wrap this thing up. I really, really appreciate you being here. I learned a lot. I hope you enjoyed being here. I
did. Thank you, Len, so much. And nice seeing all you guys over there.
And let me just take about less than 30 seconds here. So once again, thanks everybody for being here today. For those of you who come to the Saturday morning, 8:30 Law of Attraction Dream with Len workshop, we're going to start calling that a play shop. Today on Saturday, we're going to be discussing affirmations. Last week we talked about building belief in yourself, and one of the things we talked about is reprogramming your subconscious mind using affirmations and etc. And this week we're going to spend the half hour looking at affirmations and how we can use them to help reprogram our subconscious mind. So Noah St. John and affirmations this Saturday at 8:30 on Dream with Len. Other than that, I'll see you on Tuesday at Lunch with Len. So thank you, everybody. And unless there's any other comments or questions, I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast. Going once, going twice. Why are you laughing? I'm wondering, let's see. Oh,
they're looking for invoices from you now, Len. They want, you're going to back charge them.
Kids have a great weekend. Hopefully I'll see you all Saturday morning, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday on Lunch with Len. Here we go. Bye for now. Hey, and Bob, if you want me to call you, I'll try you again.